Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. And tonight, our headline is Ezra Miller and the dceu in the dock. A very good evening to you all one of you right now. Thank you for the first like. Is Ezra Miller becoming a problem? Check out my poll and let me know. A very, very good evening to you all, as I say. Villager, hi Meg, I had a shitty week, but at least I made it here. Sorry to hear you've had a bad week. It's good to see you, Villager, of course, because this is the place where you can escape from your problems and talk about make-believe. So relax. Chill out. Let's talk about what we want to talk about. The floor is yours. And of course, it was confirmed today we are going to get the Sega Cinematic Universe. And considering that Sonic 1 was awesome, that critics love Sonic 2, I think this is the franchise that could finally defeat the MCU. I think they're going to get closer to the MCU way before the dceu ever does. Villager, I don't think Ezra is getting booted. Listen, this is my perception of it. He went out, he shouted and screamed, he yanked the microphone. It's not really a big deal, but Ezra, since just before it was announced the Flash was going to be delayed, has been acting oddly. Not that Ezra Miller doesn't act oddly anyway. There was that post on his Instagram story laughing at claims that Batfleck wouldn't show up again after the Flash. Does he know something? Does he know the Snyderverse is going to be restored? Is he so pissed off with the current leadership of WB? Is there a real problem in the Flash movie that set him off on this course? Who knows? Hashling me. Yo, Mike. Yo, hashling me. So the timing is interesting. Just before the delay, then he starts posting weird stuff on his Instagram, and now this has happened. As I say, clearly the man was arrested. The man has been bailed. So Villager, maybe he has a drug addiction. It's not uncommon in the industry. Yeah, but on those terms, my friend, most of them are doing drugs. That means they would all have to be getting arrested when they got out. So, no. I'm sure, look, I'm not going to start saying Ezra Miller's on drugs or not, but I don't think that explanation just doesn't do it for me. Now, as I say, the timing, he's been acting like this just before the delays were announced, and I think that's something to do with it. Sooner or later, things are going to come out about the Flash production. Nothing from Andy Muschietti, nothing from his sister. Something is going on, and I think Ezra could be acting out because of that. Funnily enough, they just did a big kind of promotion for The Secrets of Dumbledore, the next kind of, Fantastic Beasts movie, and he was on the video. Hashling me, what's the matter? Nothing. The news, hashling me. Ezra Miller went out and got himself arrested. Now, this whole situation is curious, but it is embarrassing. And he did get himself arrested. So, do I think he'll be removed? Not by the current leadership, but there's new leadership coming in. Villager, well, Ezra seems to be a special case. Maybe he has other mental problems and the drugs make it worse. This is really odd, though. I hope he gets help. Isn't it funny? If an ordinary person did this, we'd say throw the key away. But when it's a famous person, we say, I hope he gets help. Why is it that they're allowed to get away with things and we're not? AKA the Will Smith situation. Why is it one rule for them? They garner sympathy, but an ordinary person doesn't garner the same sympathy. And I kind of feel uncomfortable. If I went to Hawaii and did what he did, I'd be in a jail cell. No one would give a shit about me. And this isn't the first time. Now, do I think they're going to get rid of him? As I've already said, no. But because Hollywood superstars always do this shit. This is actually not a big deal, right? Considering other things that have happened. Villager, oh, I agree. Celebs can use illegal drugs and end up in hospital and slap on the wrist. Meanwhile, regular people are jailed. Exactly. Grace Randolph's now claiming that his behavior is the reason the Flash movie's been delayed. That doesn't make sense because the Flash movie finished production in late 2021. It's been finished for a while. Villager, at first I didn't care for Ezra as the Flash, but I really hope he stays. Well, if anyone follows my channel, you know, since the Flash movie's been delayed, I've told you that something curious is going on with that production. John, when WB Discovery takes over, do you think Johnny Depp could come back? That's a very interesting question. Anything's possible. I don't know. I mean, they would still probably have the similar attitude to he was found to be legally found to be a wife beater. That is problematic for any employer. Villager, also me, what are your thoughts on Moon Knight? I haven't watched it. Well, if you've seen Grace Randolph's video that says the first episode is great, but the other three that she's watched, she wasn't entirely impressed with, I have the same emotions about it. This is the problem with having a huge franchise and needing to put out content all the time. It gets rushed. The quality goes down. We've seen it with the CGI as well. They're a factory now. You see, when the MCU started its first two phases, it wasn't a factory. They could handle it. But it got more and more popular and bigger. And there's the expectancy level there as well. I mean, I don't know the character. I'm not really invested that much. It's just the next chapter of the MCU saga, but it's very, very self-contained, very similar to the Batman. Is Ezra Miller becoming a problem? 8 votes, should I say? Yes, 38%, no, 62%. So we're a bit split there. Villager, Moon Knight's Rotten Tomato score is in the 70s. MCU really is becoming mediocre. Wow. Yeah, but how many reviews? You know me well enough to know that Rotten Tomatoes doesn't affect me, but it is interesting because they do love to shield the MCU, don't they? Welcome to the live chat. Welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. Please, if you care about the platform, if you enjoy the platform and the channel, please press like when you come into the live or you watch a pre-recorded video. It really does help. Also, if you're watching a pre-recorded video, please comment. That also helps as well. And share. If you're a supporter of the channel, you don't have to do any of these things. But if you're a supporter of the channel, please do those things. Jude the Fourth, Ezra Miller is clearly going through something. He started as a child actor, and everybody knows how Hollywood can treat child actors. Do you know what? I could come here now and start abusing you, right? And tell you, well, I've lost both my parents in the past 2 years. Do you understand? Do you understand? But I don't. I made the point about Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder lost his daughter to suicide. He was never rude. He was never abusive. He never slapped anyone, right? And that was the analogy I was using with Will Smith. Nothing bad actually happened to Will Smith at Oscars night. Hassling me. Is the plot of Moon Knight being inconsistent or what? I just feel, as Grace Randolph said, it starts off so good and it just is on the underboil. Basically, it's a bunch of fillers. Villager, so true. I don't know Ezra was a child actor. It's no excuse. It's no excuse, whatever he was. He's in a very privileged position. Jude the Fourth, everybody acts different. We are individuals first. We are individuals, but these are millionaires, my friend, in privileged positions, right? It's a privilege to be in his position, right? If he can't handle it, he should quit the industry, right? And seek help. But he's not going to do that. You wouldn't be making these excuses for an ordinary person. Smash the like button, everyone. Come on. Let's be having ya. There is no excuse for what Will Smith did. Jim Carrey said it best. Jude the Fourth, I would actually as someone who suffers from mental health. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I suffer from mental health. I'm supposed to take psych meds, but I don't. I found a different way to deal with it. I researched different forms of meditation and things like that to control my mental health problems, right? It's not easy suffering with mental health. But at the end of the day, if he's suffering, if his mental health condition is so bad, then he shouldn't be in the industry, should he? Villager, it's not an excuse, but Hollywood children become screwed up. They spend their money on drugs and sex instead of going through their therapy. Listen, my heart bleeds. It really does. I'm sorry. I can't be doing this. Philip Stevens, 45. Anyone know what Ezra did? Just woke up. He went to Hawaii. He went to a karaoke. He started screaming and shouting at people, ripped the microphone away. He was arrested and bailed. Jude the Fourth. Jim Carrey is rubbish, though. I agree that Smith shouldn't confront Rock publicly, but he's practically a Boy Scout, so a person can't be that mad. That doesn't make any sense. Jim Carrey's rubbish, though. What do you mean Jim Carrey's rubbish? Do you know films? Do you understand that Jim Carrey's one of the most talented people in movie history? He's making a good point. You're making excuses. You are. You are making excuses for someone who's acting improperly. You're making excuses for Ezra Miller and you're making excuses for Will Smith. You don't smack people in the face. There was no reason to smack that lad in the face. End of. Jude the Fourth, he's not a good actor to me, mate. Then you have no idea what a good actor is, mate. John, is Moon Knight brutal like Kevin Feige said? Yes and no. Villager, I wonder what celebrities think when one of them has a scandal like this. They probably cringe and gossip about it. They're all as bad as each other. I tell you what, if Jim Carrey isn't a good actor, there's no such thing as a good actor. Okay, Jude the Fourth, tell me who you think's a good actor. No, tell me who you think's better than Jim Carrey. Villager, Jim Carrey as the Riddler was absolutely amazing. He's a very talented comedic actor. He's amazing. Simple as that. I've never heard someone say that in my life. Whether you like him or not, to say he's not, that's a huge statement. I know this is the generation of hot takes, but that take is burning. That's burning. That's scalded. That scalded me. Don't tell me you probably think the Thor actor is probably better. You probably think every MCU actor is better than Jim Carrey. You probably think Marlon Brando's a shit actor. I don't know. You're only saying he's rubbish because he's saying facts. What he said about Will Smith is spot on. He shouldn't have hit Chris Rock. Chris Rock did nothing wrong. Nothing. He's a comedian. Benedict Cumberbatch, Bill Murray, Denzel Washington is to name a few. And I don't really like the MCU. Oh, well, that's one thing then. Will Smith should be in prison. Will Smith should be in prison for slapping that lad. Simple as that. But some people and some groups of people can do what they want. Because if, for example, as I've already said, Andrew Garfield slapped Chris Rock, we know what they would be saying right now. But because it's not someone like that, all the excuses are coming in. Because it's all right for someone like Will Smith to slap someone. Jude the Fourth, prison, that's a bit extreme. Extreme when someone has hit another person. Why is that extreme? Philip Stevens, 45. Jim Carrey as the Riddler was amazing. I don't care what anyone says. I think he was a better Riddler than the one in the Batman. Villager, I personally don't care about the Oscars drama. I still don't know what happened, but I think it was a PR stunt since no one cares about the Oscars anymore. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. John, two of my favourite Jim Carrey movies are Sonic the Hedgehog. Hang on. Got bloody notification. So annoying. John, two of my favourite Jim Carrey movies are Sonic the Hedgehog and The Mask. The Mask is amazing. I saw that in the cinema. Very talented man. For 10 years now, the entertainment industry have been telling us that straight white males are the only problem in the world. And on Sunday, their propaganda was exposed. Villager, to be fair, Mick, celebs do worse to each other behind the scenes. Illegal stuff. Well, that's all right then. Let's let everyone slap each other because they do worse stuff. The lesson learned from Sunday is it doesn't matter what group you're a part of. As someone said, we're all individuals. So let's stop judging people in groups. They were exposed this Sunday. The entertainment industry was exposed. Jude the Fourth. People get hit all the time, mate. Blokes fighting in bars in Glasgow. Youths in urban Detroit. Preppy girls in Santa Monica. They should be in prison as well, I imagine. Yes. They do go to prison. They do get prosecuted for what they do. So why shouldn't Will Smith? That's the point. They do. They do get prosecuted. They don't get away with it. Why should he? I think we know why he should. Philistines 45. TV Mad, who do you like better, Jim Carrey or Adam Sandler? I think this is the age-old debate, and I've always liked Adam Sandler movies more. Well, his old-school movies, at least, I still love Jim, though. Do you know what? I respect Adam as a hugely talented guy, but I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, right? But I have seen more of Jim Carrey, so I would, for me personally, he's the more talented one. But the celebs live in a completely different reality. It's called elite Hollywood. It doesn't give them the right to do what they want. John, how is Oscar Isaac in Moon Knight? I don't know, but he's a really good actor. His performance is really good. That's one thing that can't be debated, but that was always going to happen. I mean, they paid him money. Everyone wants to be in Marvel. I mean, it's the only job out there, isn't it? Let's be fucking honest. There's not much variety to be a part of, isn't it? Android 118XX, make the Batfleck movie only if Ben wants to. Jude the Fourth, it's called celebrity privilege, mate. He makes studios money, so obviously they're going to protect him. It's unfortunate, but the truth. Yeah, well, they can protect him as much as they want, but it don't stop me holding my view that that guy should be prosecuted. How dare he swear at Chris Rock? How dare he go up to him and slap him? Villager, well, I hear about things that happen in Hollywood and I get very angry at how these people can get away with anything. You know what? I was watching Jeremy on Geeks with Gamers and I love what he calls them. Hollywood nut jobs. They are nut jobs. And they've got the cheek to talk down to you and me about how we behave. How dare they? How dare they? And I will use my platforms to call them out. They don't care. I know that. But they don't deserve to be defended. Cyber Warrior, I want Eric Cantona to slap Will Smith right now. I don't want anyone to slap anyone, but I love Eric Cantona. He's a legend. He's my favourite Manchester United player of all time. Yeah, I don't want anyone to slap anyone, no. I don't think we should be slapping each other, right? Villager, it annoys me when they talk about issues to seem woke, when we all know they are unaffected by said issues. Do you know what gets me? Woke issues are the most least important in the world. They don't care about third world hunger, child starvation. All they care about is virtue signalling about identity politics. The least important issue in the world. Because they're extremists. And they hate people. They hate straight white males. It's utterly toxic. Villager, like the Palestine thing, they're so uneducated, it's embarrassing. All for good PR that only idiots believe. Well, the Palestine thing, of course, is because they're biased. I won't go into it any deeper. Because we know who dominates the entertainment industry. I'll say no more. Do I think Sonic 2 is going to beat Morbius in the box office? Yeah, obviously, because it's Sonic. And exciting news, John. We're getting the Sega Cinematic Universe, which I think is coming for Marvel. Big time. I'd rather watch a Sega Cinematic Universe movie than a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Villager, I like Sonic, yes, and critics are loving the sequel. This is the beginning of an extended franchise, and I'm so excited. I'm going to support it. Hopefully it destroys the MCU because I think this is the new kid on the block. They've got a good relationship with the fans. June the 4th, Morbius and Sonic looks like crap to me. I don't know what to say to you. I really don't. I can't take Oscar Isaac seriously that much after I saw Sucker Punch. A month ago, he's in the movie. Have you watched it? Sucker Punch is a very old movie. I haven't seen him in it, but I've seen Oscar Isaacs perform brilliantly, Android. Surely you've seen his other movies he's been in. Villager, Sonic is getting a universe. Meanwhile, us DC fans are dealing with Ezra getting jailed and Justice League. Yeah, well, no need to deal with Justice League anymore. That's been and gone. Still an embarrassing episode, but yeah, I understand. I've explained many times why the DCEU is a shit show. Red Panda, I booked my tickets for Morbius, but I don't know how to tell my friends to have low expectations. Well, don't tell them anything, because you never know. They might actually enjoy it. It might actually be an okay movie. I mean, the Masters of the Universe movie has got lots of issues, but it's a damn entertaining and exciting movie. So if I can get something out of Masters of the Universe, surely you lot will get something out of Morbius. Just my opinion. Smash the like button, please. Scott Edwards, how is Ezra Miller a problem? He was arrested in Hawaii. That's my question, Scott. You're supposed to answer it in the poll. Villager, at this point, I'll be surprised if Nintendo doesn't make a universe around new Mario movie. Why not? Why not? Android 108XX, which character would you like to see in Sonic 3? I'll be honest with you, Android. I play the games, but I can't remember the characters. But, you know, a lot of my friends are telling me, or people who have had advanced screenings have said Sonic 2 is amazing. I love what people are saying about the second one, and I love the first one. June the 4th, a Zelda movie would be good. Cyber Warrior, I hope WB understand that we, majority DC fans, don't want Black Superman. Well, I'm going to take you up on that in a minute. Villager, Mario cameo in Sonic. Scott Edwards, who would you like to see as the next Arrowverse crossover villain? That's an interesting one. I don't know, to be honest. I can't think. I'm drawing a blank there. Villager, if there would be a Zelda movie, it has to be live action. Philip Stevens, someone needs to talk with Ezra. Maybe Zach needs to call him up and see what's going on. And Will is directing his anger on the wrong people. Exactly. Red Panda, I understand people might get arrested, but how on earth popular actors get always arrested in exotic places like Hawaii? Yes, I made that point in my video today, the DCEU Daily. John, I enjoyed the Masters of the Universe movie. Love it. Scott Edwards, I hope Felix Faust or Desparo again. Awesome. Right. I forgot who asked me this, but one of you just said, I hope Warner Brothers knows we don't want Black Superman. Let's be clear. There's two amazing Supermen of colour in the comics, Calvin Ellis and Val Zod. I would love to see them. I have no problem with a Black Superman from the comics. I have got a problem with race-bending Clark Kent. That's wrong on so many levels. But I have no issue with the Superman of colour being in DC live action from the comics. Scott Edwards, I hope Felix Faust or Desparo again. Right. Yeah, do you know what? Interestingly, Scott, I was rewatching the pilot of Arrow. That is amazing. That's when the Arrowverse was awesome. Jude the Fourth, you probably liked Shaq as Steel. No, I didn't. Never seen it. I only like good movies. But Masters of the Universe is great, yeah. Because when I was a lad, we enjoyed our movies. We didn't make hot takes about the movies. We just enjoyed them. Villager Low. We watched the movie, enjoyed it, jumped up and down, talked about it for a bit. If we didn't like a movie, we just shrugged our shoulders and didn't talk about it again. There was no hot takes. There was no anger. Scott Edwards, have you watched the Flash new episode? No. Cyber Warrior, Asian and Latino people also want their own Superman. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Everyone. I'm Greek Cypriot. Should I have my own Superman as well? Android 118 XX. I'm glad Sonic is doing well. Loved the character as a kid and wish the universe they're building all the best. We don't just want MCU to be the only one to do well. We want others as well. I don't want the MCU to do well at all. Villager, will you watch Morbius? Yes, I will. Because I don't decide what I'm going to watch and what I'm not going to watch on the say-so of other people. Villager, us Latinos have Blue Beetle. Exactly. And you Latinos get more representation than us Greek Cypriots. You know who doesn't get representation? Native Americans, whose country it actually is. Yeah, but let's just nick their country, right? Cyber Warrior, are you okay if they do Black Batman? Is there a Black Batman in the comics? Listen, if they make an Elseworld Black Batman, go for it. I ain't got a problem. No. As long as that Black Batman isn't Bruce Wayne. Do you understand me? Philip Stevens, 45. I think if J.J. Abrams makes Clark Kent black, I believe that's when the general audience will finally wake up to what's going on, and it will be the last straw. It's going to backfire on JJ. Yes, you can't mess around with Superman. People won't accept it. Villager, at least you have Zuzmik. John, season 1 of Arrow was great. Also, I really enjoyed Deathstroke in the Arrow series. It was. That first series was amazing. Android 180XX. Ray Fisher spoke out again after Zach's Oscars win, saying that Walter Hamada should apologise to the participants of the Justice League investigation. Yes, I did hear that. Scott Edwards, didn't they race Ben Black Canary in the DCEU? They did. That's what they do. But we're not allowed to whitewash. Hypocrisy? I think so. Smash the like button if you like what you see. Check out my poll, 13 votes. Is Ezra Miller becoming a problem? Yes, 31%. No, 69%. Scott Edwards, but I love Journey as Black Canary. She's all right. She's all right. I mean, I know. Let's just remove every man, every white woman and man, and let's just put minority actors in every role, right? Let's just do it. F it. Villager, people don't really care if a character is race-bent, if the character is not that popular. I care. I care. Right, if we're allowed to do that, we're allowed to whitewash. It's the same difference. You can't have it both ways, I'm afraid. I'm going to audition as the next Axel fucking Foley, right? I'm going to audition as Martin Luther the King, right? I want to play Martin Luther King. Why not? Why can't anyone play him? Why not? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Red Panda, I really loved the old Black Canary. Her death was a bit too melodramatic. Are you talking about in Arrowverse? Yes, she was brilliant. Katie Cassidy is awesome. Vinegar, it's not the same. Sorry. Yes, it is the same. Yes, it is the same. Historical white people have always got on the forefront of entertainment. You know why? You know why? Why do you think that is? Who comes from America? The Imperials were there first, right? Right? That's the history. That's why they've had more roles. Because they took over America, right? And it was their country, right? You get that? It is the same. If you want to race bend white characters, then we can whitewash black characters. It's absolutely the same. I want to play Axel Foley. I want to play Axel Foley. John, what was bad about the Hawkeye series? I never saw it. Well, it was just boring. Boring and lame. Phillipson 45. It angers me when these wokesters try to race swap the main DC characters like Supes and Bats, but no one is talking about turning Cap and Iron Man black. I wonder why is that? Scott Edwards. So was Dinah's mother in the JSA? Hang on. So was Dinah's mother in the JSA in the DCEU? No. Jude the Fourth. MLK Jr. is a historical figure, though, and a white actor played him in Play, and no one had a problem. Really? You think no one had a problem? Villager, it's because of racism, Lo. I'm not just talking about the US. Colorism is everywhere. Doesn't matter. If you can race bend a white character, I can race bend a black character. I want to play a famous black character. I want to play Black Panther. I'm going to play Black Panther. Until you say, Villager, it's basically what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't have it both ways. I don't care about the historical shit. You don't make Clark Kent a person of color when you've got two epic, awesome Supermen of color in the comics already you can use. Android 180XX. Ever since the Justice League, the JO actors have gone through personal problems. We have Ben, Ezra, and Jason with his divorce. Oh, yeah. Let's blame all their problems on what happened with Justice League. No way. Cyber Warrior, United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. All of these people are come from the United Kingdom. Manager, who that cares about Hawkeye Low? Jude DeFall. Sasha Calais is a POC. And she's playing Supergirl. I know, because that's what they do. Yes, and she's replacing Flashpoint Superman. Yeah, that's what they do. Villager, well, I do agree on Clark Kent changing such an iconic look won't be liked, especially when there's two brilliant Supermen of color all ready for them to adapt from comics to screen. But this is how toxic they are. And they've destroyed a wonderful industry. Smash the like button, please. Go on, press the like button. All you have to do is press it. Go on, press it. Red Panda, if they want to have black characters, they better make a damn franchise about Green Lantern Corps. I think it has a potential of a Star Wars saga. It does. I've always said that, but they don't see any potential in anything. Philip Streams 45. These people that love comic tokenism and race swapping wouldn't like people like Young Ripper 59. He literally rips people who support this issue low. Yes, I do like Black Ripper. He's a very intelligent man. Cyber Warrior, Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne will always be white. Well, that's how they started, yeah. Jude the Fourth, you could play Black Adam. I want to play Black Panther. Scott Edwards, I don't think White Canary is in the comics, is she? Well, that's a good point. I don't know. Someone on here should be able to tell you. Yeah, watching the pilot, it's funny that Sarah was played by a different actress in the pilot of Arrow. I don't actually know, Scott, that one. And there's the other argument that every inclusive casting has got Hollywood DNA. So is that really inclusive? And you know what I mean by Hollywood DNA. Batsuit, I'm a POC, but I never think about race when I'm watching Batman or Superman. It does not even cross my mind once, because you're sane. Villager, I love that George Lopez is in Blue Beetle, so do I. Jude DeForth, how did you feel about the Flash TV show making Wally and Iris black? Yeah, it didn't bother me, actually. Didn't bother me. You know why? Because I didn't know their original ethnicity. And I'm kind of used to it now. But this is what they do. This is what they do. They're never going to stop until everyone is a minority on the television. That's what they call equality. Scott Edwards, all the crossovers are fun watches. They are sometimes. Actually, Scott, they're not always fun watches. Some of them are pretty lame. The problem is, Scott, crossovers take away from stories. Everything can't be a crossover. I wouldn't swap crossovers for what we got in Arrow seasons 1 and 2, which is superior to me to any crossover. Villager, to be honest, it's not that serious, Mick. Lol. There is not white genocide happening. I don't care. I don't care. I've told you what I think. It's never going to change. The extreme left politics can come and twist the narrative, right? If you want to race bend white characters, then I can go into auditions, and I want to audition for every iconic black character. Simple as that. And I bet you we can find other genocides, yes. Because that's the problem, isn't it, Villager? Minorities have never done anything wrong. The LGBTQ community has done nothing wrong. Women have never done anything wrong. No woman. It's just straight white males that are the problem. Let's remove them all from entertainment. This will solve the ills of the world, everyone. Won't it? Because we're all scum, according to the extreme left. It is serious. It is serious. Android 180XX, you have the MCU that haven't been doing race change before Endgame. After you don't see them playing a black Iron Man or Captain America, do you? A black Iron copy Marvel, they should copy in that way. Jude DeForth, who's your favourite Doctor? Oh, well, my first Doctor was Peter Davison. Probably Christopher Eccleston. I thought he was amazing. But Peter Davison was my first Doctor. Villager, white people still make a large number in Hollywood, and that's fine. Large number, they're shrinking all the time. And that's the plan. That's the plan. Superhero TV shows are too long. I would rather watch a 2-season high-quality show than a 10-season CW show. Scott Edwards, Crisis on Infinite Earths and Invasion were the most fun crossovers. Red Panda, Oliver's death in the CW crossover was so well done. It did so much justice to the character. When I watched it, I thought about Batman's sacrifice against Darkseid. Yeah, very similar. They got to do their one. The Oliver Queen, but a bit like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, from the moment Stephen Amell left that franchise, it's been a poorer franchise. It just hasn't been the same since he's gone. And it's the same with Robert Downey Jr. Android 118XX, I think we should go past talking about race now. Let's talk entertainment. Well, we are actually talking about race in entertainment. I don't have to talk about it, but I don't think there's a problem with talking about it because that is entertainment. No offense, Mick, but maybe think about why you feel as if they intentionally erasing white people instead of creating straw man arguments. No, again, because you're an extreme leftist, and that's what you are, Villager, right? And you're full of propaganda and twisting the narrative. The problem is you're dealing with a very intelligent person here, and you can't do that to me. The point is they're race-bending white characters, but don't think it's okay to whitewash. It's hypocrisy. How can you shrink down one race, right, to represent the other? How is that equality? As I say, you're talking to a very intelligent man. So you can't do the Twitter propaganda thing. It won't work on me, Villager. John, what did you think of Frank Langella as Skeletor in Masters of the Universe movie? I loved him. Amazing. Frank Langella is a theatrical actor. What a job he did. Villager, I'm not an extremist. Your comments just sound disingenuous. You act as if they are raising white people from entertainment. They are. That's what they're doing. Slowly but surely. You are an extremist. They're your views. That's what you're saying. You're saying what's basically it's okay to replace one race with another, but whitewashing isn't acceptable. I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I'm a straw man, yeah? Jude the Fourth, I'm glad that female fans and fans in general can look at the 13th Doctor as a role model. She's the most underdeveloped Doctor of all time. Chris Chibnall has brought her in just to say, hey, we got a woman, and has done nothing with her. I don't care if we got a female Doctor. That's fine. They've done nothing with her. Well, I bet you in 10 years, white people will still exist, Lowell Villager. Not in entertainment. Andrew at 118th double X. If the Snyderverse is restored with Ezra still to be the Flash, and will his behavior will affect the Flash movie? Well, first of all, we have to find out what kind of state the Flash movie is in, why it's been delayed, and if this is the cause of Ezra's erratic behavior. Something's certainly going on there. The legend CJ's really sad everything is going woke and people are just staying silent. Yeah, well, I won't. We used to enjoy our movies. We used to have great movies. Now, all it's about is representation and inclusion and bad storytelling and creatively bankrupt people and politicians working in entertainment. Jude the Fourth, compared to the War Doctor, the Sixth Doctor and the Eighth Doctor, who only got a rubbish TV film. Well, more propaganda from you, Jude the Fourth. No, the War Doctor didn't get much time, but he had more character development than this Doctor has had in 3 seasons. The Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker wasn't my favourite. Comparing her to that is like comparing my boots to an ant. And the movie Doctor, Paul McGann, the Eighth Doctor, again, had more development and was more entertaining and great and captivating to watch than the 13th Doctor has been again in 3 seasons. Red Panda in. Villager, probably because it's not that serious, to be honest. Well, clearly it's not serious to you. Was it you who said earlier, we're all individuals, we all look at things differently? Ruin my entertainment, right? Ruin my escapism, right? And go around talking crap about straight white males like Brie Larson did, right? John, was the War Doctor John Hurt? Yes, he was. And he was better in a little bit of screen time than Jodie Whittaker will ever be. Andrew 108 XX. Did you watch the Sarah Jane Adventures? Love that show. The Doctor even made cameos in the series. Amazing. Russell T Davies created a Doctor Who extended universe, and he's going to do it again, but in a larger scale. Liz Sladen, her death devastated me. Such a lovely lady. Loved the fans. Amazing lady. I'm glad Russell brought her back into the fold. And yes, the Sarah Jane Adventures was sensational. There was that episode, remember when Matt Smith was in it, when they thought the Doctor had died. Amazing. David Tennant, that episode when, was it that episode when she asked if they'll see each other again? Yeah, it's interesting because Russell always said the Doctor can't be in Torchwood because it's too adult. Red Panda, what happened at the Oscars could not have happened with a white person and a black one. It makes you think something was behind it because Oscars usually take care of everything before the ceremony. Well, I don't know what happened to their security apart from scratching their backsides. Villager, Ezra is a weirdo. Well, Villager, that's not very inclusive of you, is it? That's not very compassionate and kind. Villager, PR stunt. Probably. It's all a PR stunt. I mean, I could be paying you right now to wind me up so I can answer you back. Nobody knows. I'm not. I don't pay people. I wouldn't. I get OnlyFans girls in my DMs, right? No, you're not having my money. Jude the Fourth. RTD also had episodes like Love and Monsters for the 10th Doctor and Aliens in London for the 9th Doctor, and I loved them. I actually love Love and Monsters. I think it's quite an entertaining episode. Cyber Warrior, Oscars 2022 are so embarrassing. Yeah, look, those Hollywood nut jobs are embarrassing. John, are you going to watch Top Gun 2 when it comes out? Yes, I wasn't, but I saw today's trailer and it sucked me in. Villager, it's conspiracy. I'm on mixed payroll. I probably couldn't afford you. You know I love you, Villager. Is Ezra Miller becoming a problem? Check out the poll. 15 votes. Yes, 33%. No, 67%. You can't trust the entertainment industry at all. We had an actor. Think about this for a minute. We had an actor who lied about having a racially motivated attack. He's now in prison. Think about that for a minute. The other week, we had a director of colour claiming he was wrongfully arrested. I bet that was a stitch up as well. Allegedly, of course. Red Panda, I don't know. I feel like the trailer for Top Gun is a little bit boring. It's like they don't have a lot of great moments to show. But I hope I'm wrong. Maybe they're hiding the great moments. Cyber Warrior. I hate Oscar same like I hate Stan Kroenke. Get you from Arsenal Football Club. We suffer because of you. Jude the Fourth, have you watched Jodie's Era? If you do, how do you feel about The Fugitive Doctor? Yes, I love The Fugitive Doctor. Jo Martin is a journeyman actor. She's been around for so long. She's a better doctor. She's a better doctor than Jodie's one in a few minutes of screen time. But why do her if you don't give her a departure episode so we can see a bit more of her? He hasn't even developed that at all. I even find The Timeless Child interesting, but he's undercooked everything. He's such a lazy storyteller. Cyber Warrior, Stan Kroenke, get out. Villager, no one cares about the Oscars or the Grammys anymore. Villager, watch the Grammys. Will also have a PR stunt, I bet. Wouldn't surprise me. Jude the Fourth, I can agree with that. Also, I'm a Chelsea fan. I forgive you. Villager, I have a source and I'm going to wait for what they say. About what? Ben Pottymaster, what happened with Ezra? Ezra Miller went to Hawaii. He went to a karaoke party. He was shouting, screaming. He snatched the microphone off someone. He got arrested, then bailed. Android 180 XX. Why do you think Ezra is doing this? His career seems fine. Is he getting his Fantastic Beasts movie? So why is he doing this? I think he's been acting like this since the movie's been delayed or when he knew it before we did it. And I think something's going on with that. He's not happy. Sonic Fan 22. Hey, dude yourself. Villager, rough year for DC fans. Every year is a rough year for DC fans. Jude the Fourth, one thing we can all agree on is that they need to release some content for the Flash promotional pictures or something. Yes, I mean, look, it's not out till next year now, so they don't really need to do that. But it would calm everything down if they did. But clearly, there's an issue. Red Panda, also, he got arrested for that. But Will Smith did not get arrested for almost punching someone in the face. I know, right? Villager, they won't release anything until Ezra's scandal is over. Well, the scandal wasn't there before and they didn't release anything. Sonic Fan 22, you think this is going to ruin Ezra Miller's career? Nah, not really. He's not got a great career anyway. He hasn't done very, very much, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not like Ezra Miller's. I mean, we're not talking about Tom Holland here, are we? No, they do shit all the time. This is nothing. Jesus Christ. They still post Roman Polanski's Oscars. Woody Allen he's on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, for Christ's sake. Now, nothing's going to happen to Ezra Miller. Ben Pottimer, seems like he was drunk having a good time. Did he physically hurt someone? I'm not sure, but he was arrested. Keep that in mind. I mean, to me, it's not a big deal. I don't care. It's embarrassing because when you play these superheroes, you've got to act in a certain way, as Christopher Reeve did, as Tom Welling did, as Henry does. Jude the Fourth, to be fair, he's a pretty good actor. We need to talk about Kevin and the Perks of Being a Wallflower are his highlights. Yeah, I've never seen that, but there you go. He's a good actor. The acting's not the problem. I still think him as Flash is miscast. Look, if he becomes a problem, we've got another Flash we can replace him with anyway. That's my attitude. And Grant Gustin doesn't go out getting, Grant Gustin doesn't do anything wrong. Sonic fan, you think Will Smith's career is now in a pickle? No, not at all. These people just carry on. These people could send children down coal mines and they could go to work the next day. No, but I think maybe the box office of his movies may start to suffer. A little bit, not much. No, his career won't suffer. Android 180XX. Did Ezra do this before or after Oscar? He did that after the Oscar when it explains why he went crazy to celebrate. Yeah. Henry Cavill didn't go out, did he? And get pissed, or anyone else, or Zach, whose movie was actually, he didn't go around getting in trouble, did he? Sonic Fan 22, Ezra Miller was probably drunk. Who knows? No excuse, though, is it? Wow, the likes are so stingy, man. You are the stingiest likers I have ever seen in the world. Villager, it was definitely not scripted, and I even texted sources about it when it happened, and they all said that everyone backstage was in shambles. It wasn't a situation that anyone... Jude the Fourth, I'm not the biggest Tom Holland fan. A bit bland like his girlfriend, George McKay from 1917 is better. Bland like his girlfriend. That's not very nice, is it, Jude the Fourth? Red Panda, Will Smith was probably high. Who knows? Oh, I mean, they're all always high. I mean, that's like me drinking water every hour. I mean, there's nothing new there. That's not an excuse. If everyone at the Oscars who was high slapped someone in the face, there'd be no one left. So, come on. Villager, Tom Holland is not good looking. I'm convinced he and Zendaya are PR. Maybe, who knows? I mean, look, both he and Zendaya are doing very well for themselves, so they don't really need any PR. In fact, I'm convinced Tom Holland is the next Doctor Who. Remember where you heard this first. And if you want me to add the dots together for you, I will. And don't give me that he's too busy, because just don't. Notice how he kept on saying that he may not play Spider-Man again. Jude the Fourth, lol, that will never happen. Just remember, Jude, you said that. Just remember. The Legend CJ message also let me help with you. Oh, yeah, right. Villager, Tom looks like a 16-year-old boy. And why is that a bad thing? Is that something we're going to hold against him? Are we going to critique and review how old someone looks like? Wow. You love. You talk about all this. You were coming in on me, what I was saying earlier. Then you start having a go at how people look. That's hypocrisy, isn't it? Red Panda, if he's not playing Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield will be back, I am fine. Well, Sony are going to announce their Spider-Man in a couple of weeks. Jude the Fourth, as long as he's not the next 007, then he can be anything he wants. Villager, it's creepy. What's creepy? Villager, sorry, I just don't like that man for personal reasons. How can you not like someone for personal reasons when you don't know them? Sonic Fan 22, Tom looks like he's in high school. What's wrong with you lot, man? Android 118 doublets. Will Smith went from laughing at a joke to getting angry right after, and then went to laughing to P. Diddy, then went to crying for his Oscar win. I know, he's an actor. He's an adult pretender, as Neurotic says. I love how Neurotic destroys these people. He's got, Nerdrodic has got the best presentation of any YouTuber. I just love the way he does it. Villager, maybe I do know Tom, you don't know. Okay. Ben Pottimer, Villager, explain what he did to you. Jude, well, maybe it's a bit too graphic. Jude the Fourth, lol, I thought I was the only one who felt Holland is a bit boring, really. Bat Super, people are exaggerating. Tom Holland looks his age. Villager, well, celebrities have to put on a face all the time. Oh, those poor celebrities. They're under so much pressure. Not the same, don't worry about the poor people who don't know where they're going to feed their kids from. The poor celebrities, oh, they've been actors since they were children and they're under so much pressure. Android 180XX, have you watched Hancock? I have, it's pretty good. Sonic Fan 22, no, I didn't say that to insult him. That was just what I was thinking. Jesus is a goat, good evening. Long time no see or hear. Hey yourself. Red Panda, I think Zendaya cheated on Villager with Tom Holland. That's why he's angry with him. No. She cheated on Tom Holland with me. Yes, I would go there. And she'd never be the same again. The legend CJ, Lemonua, whatever that is. Jude the Fourth, I'm pretty sure he's a good bloke. Just don't rate his acting. I think he's a good actor. If you see his darker material, like for Apple TV, you'll see he's good. Villager, hee hee. Ben Pottimer, I'm not a fan of Tom Holland. I respect his work ethic. He is a fine actor, and don't judge him, people, because we aren't any better. Well done, Ben Pottimer. What a brilliant comment. Jesus is go. Ezra Miller's a fool. I don't know what he is, to be honest with you, but Sonic Fan 22, I apologise if it felt like an insult. Don't worry, you weren't insulting me, so I don't care. It's just that people on this chat have been lecturing me about representation and inclusion and then putting down Tom Holland. There you go. Villager, the biggest hypocrite on this chat. Look what he's saying. Villager, he's a loser. Sorry, Tom. Well, he's not a loser. He's a millionaire. He's one of the most famous lads in the world. I don't think that's being a loser, do you? Now, maybe people can call me a loser for having a YouTube channel with just a few viewers, but not Tom. Villager, okay, I'm just joking, lol. Oh dear, are we still allowed to joke? Because apparently it's not all right for Chris Rock to tell a joke. Do you see where I'm going with this, Villager? See where I'm going? Android 180XX, I really don't understand when people sympathise with celebrities. I mean, these people are millionaires, lol. Yeah, listen, sorry. Look, I have empathy for everyone. And if they came to me and wanted someone to talk to, I'd talk to them and empathise. But it's a bit hard to empathise with these people when they sit in judgment of us and dictate to us. Bat Super, I think some people are jealous that Tom got Zendaya and they didn't. I certainly am. I wouldn't mind walking around with Zendaya. Villager, I agree. I don't feel sorry for privileged people. No. Listen, privileged people can have problems just like us, but at least they can afford to eat, right? Look, the celebrity lifestyle isn't great. They're literally prisoners. They can't go anywhere. I get it. But, you know, when you live in the real world, it's a bit difficult to empathise with people who can snap their fingers and have anything they want. But to them, they can have anything they want. So they don't know what it's like to struggle anymore. Even Will Smith, when he was young, probably, he did struggle. Villager, Zendaya is out of Tom's league. Yeah, but he's got her. He's got her. Jude the Fourth. Well, we make them famous. We make them famous, but we don't get anything out of it, do we? When will I be famous? Well, I can't answer that. I can answer that. When will I see my picture on the paper? Have you recorded this? I can't answer that. The legend CJ, Pete Davidson is out of Kim Kardashian's league and he got her. Pete Davidson's with Kim Kardashian. Good for him. Sonic Fan 22. Some people grew up watching Zendaya on the Disney Channel. I didn't even know she was on the Disney Channel. Villager, celebrity culture is just crazy. We expect these people to inspire us and give us political voices. Then we are shocked when they are bad. Now, hang on a minute. Since when did anyone tell celebrities to give us political voices? The only thing we've ever told them to do is perform their art, Villager. Bad take. Jude the Fourth, I can't believe you don't like Inspector Morse as a British person. That is shocking. No, actually, Jude, I don't hate it. I respect what goes into making it. And there's a few, I mean, I used to watch Murder, She Wrote, which was American. I don't mind that kind of stuff, but it's not really my thing. But I certainly admire British drama, of course. I mean, tonight's the last ever episode of Holby City, and I'm devastated because that show shouldn't be ending. Villager, that's a PR stunt. Red Panda, random question. Have you watched True Detective? Do you know what? I'm ashamed of this. I haven't. I do want to watch that first season. Sonic Fan 22, it's where she got her start, I think. Villager, no, I mean that modern day people judge celebrities and expect them to speak on woke topics. Well, who does? Who expects them? No one expects them to, Villager. No one actually wants them to do it. We don't want to hear it. No one wants them to talk about it. They started this ever since Trump got into power. Someone I don't personally support, just to get that clear, but they have got insane ever since that orange showed his face. Ben Pottimer. Anyway, one of my favourite episodes in Smallville is when Clark meets Reeves. Such an iconic moment. Him telling Clark his history and background. I'll never forget that moment. It was the passing of the torch from one Superman to the other. I watched that first time, I cried. I watched it the second time, I cried. I cry all the time. It's amazing. And Chris only did a few, Chris kept on doing so many takes. He shouldn't have been doing so many takes because of his health. Chris was an amazing actor and he was such a sport for doing it. And all he wanted was his foundation to be promoted. He didn't get paid for that. Amazing. It was an amazing episode. Villager Mick, are you going to watch Ambulance? Probably not. Unless it's free on streaming one day. Android 180 WX. Did you used to watch the cancelled British series called The Bill? Yes! You're Nick's son! Burnside, Roach, Tosh Lyons, June Ackland, Carver. I love that show, yes. We've got a lot of great shows I used to watch. Jude the Fourth. How's we? That's been the practice since the 1920s, mate. Marlon Brando, Paul Newman, and Sidney Poitier spoke on political issues. Would you consider them to be woke? No, because they did it in a nuanced way. These people don't. That's the difference. Again, the propaganda doesn't work. Oh yeah. And what about this representation? Have you seen that Equalizer series? And you do remember the old Equalizer series, right? The new Equalizer series is shit. Shit. How dare they? How is that woman the Equalizer? All right, Denzel. I can take Denzel replacing the great Edward Woodward. But that show, no. There's 15 people watching this video and only 5 have liked it. You are all a disgrace. John, did you ever watch the TV series Bad Girls? I adored that series. It was amazing. Villager. Anyways, Jude the Fourth, you don't like Queen Latifah. If that's who's playing the Equalizer, I couldn't give a shit if it's Whoopi Goldberg, right? It's shit. I don't even know who she is. I've heard her name. But it's... have you seen the Equalizer show? The new one? It's shit. How can she be the Equalizer? I'm Edward Woodward. Join me as the Equalizer in a moment. Ben Pottimer, I cried like a baby, episode 100, when John Kent died. The funeral when Lionel creeps around Martha so good. Oh, that song, I Grieve by Peter Gabriel. I played it on the day my dad died and I broke down because for a long time, you know, Jonathan Kent felt like my dad. He was the father that I always wanted because John Schneider did such a good job. Android 118XX. Who do you think is the best actor and actress of all time? Ooh. Well, I'm not going to say he's the best actor, but for a long time, Kevin Costner as an actor and the films he made meant a lot to me. Actress Jodie Foster, hands down, Jodie is the best. Sonic Fan 22. Now I question if you don't want to answer. I understand and respect your opinion. Sonic 2022. Now I have a question, and if you don't want to answer it and understand and I respect your opinion, right? Let me have it then. Villager, oh, to live in a world where the colour of one's skin doesn't cause arguments. Well, do you know what, Villager? That's not what's causing the arguments, really, because I treat people as individuals. I don't care how people identify what group they're in. I don't care. That's not the point here. The extreme left are causing arguments where there's no need to have them. So, Sonic Fan 22, what's your thoughts on Joe Biden? Joe Biden was basically the only option to kick Trump out, and that's why he's in. He's an old man in his last days who can barely keep his eyes open, and that's who Joe Biden is. But he was the only option the world had, and Trump had to go, unfortunately. I mean, he allowed people just to get COVID and die. You know, come on. Jude the Fourth, Kevin Costner. Yes, I loved his British accent in Robin Hood. It was quite believable. I don't know about his British accent. I'm not sure about that, but certainly I went to the cinema with my girlfriend's mum, and I saw that film on multiple occasions. One of my favourite films, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Ben Pottinger, my dad died too a year before that aired. It was hard, but just great television. Yeah, because Jonathan Kent felt like our dad, didn't he? John, I did not even know there was a new Equalizer TV series. Yet it's crap. Villager, America isn't run by the people, it's run by the elite. Everywhere's run by the elite. The Legend CJ, I'm American and I agree we haven't had a leader in office for a long time. Shows a lot. Android 118XX, have you watched Toy Story 4? If so, would you, of Woody leaving the gang, was it a good idea? No, but it's typical contrived storytelling where the love interest is more important than the family or the friends. It was contrived. I didn't hate it passionately, but it was dumb. But I did like it. All the Toy Story movies are great. That's when Pixar was good. Toy Story was, you know, The Incredibles was when Pixar was good. Pixar are now woke as well. Pixar are finished. As far as I'm concerned, Pixar are finished. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Finisher, Pixar is garbage now, I agree. Jude the Fourth, the definition of woke is being aware, not exactly a bad thing if you ask me. Well, as I've always said, there's good woke and bad woke. There's bad woke, there's good ways to do woke commentary and bad ways. And Hollywood are on the bad side because they don't even believe in half the stuff they're saying. So that, again, Jude the Fourth, is kind of twisting the narrative. Android 118XX, my heart got crushed when Andy gave away his toys. Number 1 and 2 was part of my childhood. Yeah, I had a nephew. Well, I still have the same nephew, but he's older now. Was obsessed with Toy Story. John, what are your thoughts on the Buzz Lightyear movie that is coming out? Shit. Why would you actually make a movie about Buzz, right? It's going to be rubbish. Hashling, me. Speaking of Pixar, have you seen Turning Red? I haven't. I don't even know what it's about. The legend CJ, Disney's going down a spiral and general audiences are starting to realise it. Good, isn't it? Villager, right. People call anything bad woke. It's getting ridiculous. No. Not all bad things are woke. That's not the way it works. As I say, there's good woke and bad woke. There's good woke commentary and bad woke commentary. I use this as an example all the time. There's so many good things out there. I mean, the first Lethal Weapon, you had a white guy, suicidal, alpha male, and who partners up with a black guy. That black guy's family embraced this white male. That's the greatest representation and inclusion. And you can see, like, I love films where you've got white people and black people together. And there's no divide and there's no toxic commentary against either race. That's beautiful. And the first Lethal Weapon did it. That's beautiful inclusion. As I say, there's good woke and bad woke. Reno Jack, yo Mick, hello from Las Vegas, hung over by the pool, but wanted to come into the chat for a moment. Hello, Reno Jack. Android 118XX, what do you think of Chris Rock's horror spiral movie? He was playing a serious role. What do you think of his performance? I've never seen it. Jude DeForth, Mel Gibson can be hit or miss, but I did love his version of Hamlet. He's a bit of a joke now. No, Mel Gibson will never be a joke to me. One of the best actors and one of my favourite directors of all time. Passion of the Christ. Great movie, great commentary, great story, well executed. Braveheart, awesome. Ben Pottimer, my dad and I would watch Smallville every week. We loved it. His fave moment was when Lionel getting his head shaved in jail and Lex getting poisoned. Chloe's house blowing up, the sign burned in a field. Yeah, that was one of the best season finales ever. Smallville always did. Great cliffhangers at the end of the season. Jude DeForth, Braveheart wasn't even historically accurate. Well, according to the British, it wasn't historically accurate. I think it's probably a little bit more accurate than the British would have you think. The legend CJ, unless you're British, and that's why you're a bit biased, the legend CJ, Mel Gibson is amazing. Have you seen his movie Hacksaw Ridge? Yeah, the man's amazing. Villager, any intel, Mick, on what? And Mel Gibson's going to direct the Lethal Weapon 5, which is exciting. Dr. Zashisaka, yo-ho. Hello, Dr. Zashisaka. Jude DeForth, I am British and American, but I identify more with my British side. Villager, like anything, like on DC. Not at the moment, but there is something brewing and developing. John, what did you think of Green Arrow in Smallville? Justin Hartley was amazing. Without Smallville's version of Green Arrow, there would never have been a successful Arrow TV series or Arrowverse. Dr. Zashizaka, why did Ezra do? Do you know what? No one actually checks Twitter or reads the news, do they? Right. Basically, he went to Hawaii. He became aggressive. He was shouting. He snatched their microphone, and he's been arrested and bailed. Villager, that's because Ezra isn't that relevant, so this won't end his career. Well, things like that don't end people's careers anyway, Villager, to be honest. I never thought it would end his career. Android 118XX. Ricky Gervais is the type of guy that after the Oscar incident, when he hosts the next Oscars with Will and Jada in front of him, he'll make that joke again in front of them. That'd be brilliant. But he ain't got the guts to hit someone like Gervais. Villager, if this was Cavill, it would be different. In what way, Villager? What do you mean? Oh, that his career will be over. Of course. He's a straight white male. The legend CJ, to be honest, the arrest is not a big deal, but it's celebrity, so they blow it out of proportion. True. But that's what happens with success. Look at that. 14 viewers and just 6 likes. I'm very disappointed. Thank you for that like, whoever did it. My heart is broken. Sonic Fan 22, favourite cartoons growing up? Oh, Bugs Bunny. All the Looney Tunes, I used to love them. The Smurfs cartoon, loved that. Scooby-Doo, so many. Jude the Fourth. Oh, this is going to be funny how I exposed Jude here. Jude the Fourth, how's your vase supposed to be? I don't know what you mean. Low, and if you didn't know, Ezra is white. Yes, but he doesn't identify as a male. Didn't know that, did ya? Villager, Cavill is more popular than Ezra, so it would be a bigger scandal. Yes, we know why. Android 108 XX. Imagine Will and Chris hosting the next Oscars. They'd probably do it. They would probably do it. This is how sick and twisted these people are. I mean, I'd watch it. It'd be hilarious. I think they'd make a good team, by the way. They're both quite funny people. I mean, Will used to be a happy-go-lucky lad. Jada Pinkett Smith has destroyed that lad's life. As simple as that. Dr. Zashishak, I'm sure Will and Chris will present a category next year. Oh, yeah. Villager Mick, let's be honest. People respect Ezra's identity, but when you look at him, he's clearly a man. But that's not how he identifies as. He doesn't identify as a man. He's non-binary. I think that's how he identifies as. Jude the Fourth, blaming it on the women. Will is a grown man, mate. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Jada Pinkett Smith is the woman who wanted an open relationship. This has fucked with Will's mind. She's out there doing many, many blokes, and he can't handle it while he's pretending he can. Everyone can see that. If he leaves this woman, he'd be back to his happy-go-lucky self. So yes, I do blame the woman. Sonic Fan 22, this was probably staged. Who knows? The Legend CJ, Jada has emasculated Will these last few years. Will loves her, but she doesn't. Agreed, the Legend CJ. Dr. Zash's Zaka, Sonic Fan 22, I don't think so. Jude the Fourth, then maybe he needs help. He can afford it. Yeah, I can help him. Leave her. You'll be much happier. Leave her. And people saying he was defending his woman. She don't need defending, mate. She can defend herself. Don't worry about that. Believe you me, if you cross her, no one's going to find you again. When she played her character in Gotham, she wasn't acting. Let's put it that way. Dr. Zashizaka, seriously leave her. He needs to be happy. Because we all remember how happy he used to be. But he loves her. And that's life. It's a curse. Villager, if I was her, I would get revenge on Chris behind the scenes. Revenge. Why? It was a joke. I forgot we're not allowed to joke anymore. You're right, Dr. Zashizaka. Any true man with common sense will leave that. Oh no, the Legend CJ. I can't read that. I can't read that, my friend. Dr. Zashizaka, I agree with Gotham role. She wasn't acting. No, she wasn't. Right, calm down, everyone. No name calling, please. I don't want to hide you from the chat. We've only got a little while left, so be careful what you say. Dr. Zashizaka, I agree with the Gotham role. No, Sonic Fan 22, 90s Will Smith was the best. It was. I wish we could all go back to the 90s. Villager, the chat is lagging. Oh, dear. Nothing I can do for you. That's either YouTube or my internet. What can I do? Nothing. Android 108XX. Jaden Smith tweeted after the incident saying, and that's how we do it. Yes. Disgusting, isn't it? Maybe I should show him how I do it. Jude the Fourth. You can't tell someone how to receive a jake, mate, especially since Some people hide malicious intent behind them. Here we go again. Typical extreme left. We can't tell people how to receive a joke. Doesn't matter. If I'm a comedian, I can say any joke I want. And because it's a joke, you shouldn't be offended by it. And that's it. It's easy. But we live in a world. How are you lot ever going to win a world war with your attitude? This is the weakest generation in human history. Villager, wait, I just realised it was Jada who was in Gotham. Yup. The legend CJ. It's sad to see comedy dying out with this new soft SJW generation. Yep. They've got a stranglehold on entertainment and they're going to destroy all our fun. Ben Pottimer, poor people getting butthurt over a joke. Get over yourselves. Exactly, Ben. But they'll never get over themselves. Everything's offensive. Due to fault. And as a person, I have the right to respond how I feel. And being a comedian isn't a license to be a prick. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jude. That's what you people don't understand. It is. Everything, anything, you can joke about anything. And because it's a joke, right, you shouldn't take it seriously. An intelligent person would understand that. So Will Smith was in the wrong and Chris Rock was in the right. End of. Android 118 XX. The plan all along was to make this generation weak, unfortunately. Yes. Villager, I don't take anyone who uses SJW unironically seriously, low. Oh, well. I don't take people who get offended easily seriously. Beautiful. So you can joke about harming kids and people shouldn't be mad then. Here we go. Typical extreme left. Typical extreme left. Twisting the narrative again. Who's joking about hurting kids? Tell me. Were you talking about James Gunn? Did Chris Tucker? Chris Rock? Did Chris Rock joke about harming kids? He didn't, did he? Because he didn't say anything wrong. End of story. Villager, anyways. The problem is you extreme left people will never learn that your political side is full of fiction and propaganda and hatred for others. You're not on the right side. Neither are the extreme right. Both sides are nut jobs. It's the moderate politicians that are on the side of good. And you lot, right, the extreme left hate straight white males. The extreme right hate everyone else, right? You're not part of the solution. You're both part of the problem. Ben Pottimer, Dave Chappelle jokes about all races, no one's safe. Embraces stereotypes we all have. I think white stereotypes are funny because they are true. Aren't all stereotypes funny because they're true, then? Villager, this conversation got boring. Yeah, because I won. Ben Pottimer, I wonder why, Villager. Ben Pottimer, let's talk nerdy. Do you know what? I'd really hate to believe the extreme left narrative. That's all storytelling. Every time a man talks, what do they say? What is it when we talk? Yeah? Villager, because it's all politics. Who cares? None of us will ever agree on anything. Well, no, I'm not political. I mean, I don't vote. I wouldn't vote for anyone. I don't believe in the system. I want anarchy. Politics is shit. It does. The way the world is run doesn't work. I want anarchy. I want the death of capitalism, politics, right? I want us to go back and live in the caves. Because this isn't working, is it? This isn't working. The legend CJ, I'm Latino, and when they make jokes about us, I don't get hurt or sensitive. I just laugh it off because it's a joke. People are so damn sensitive. They are the legend CJ, yeah. Jude the Fourth, you lot do realise that everybody don't respond the same, right? Who cares? Who cares? You don't hit someone because they make a joke on live television. He was wrong. Simple as that. He was wrong. Villager, I don't hate straight white males either. Android 108XX. What is the best cheer moment for you in a movie you have ever seen? Oh, wow. Probably at the end of Superman the movie when Lois Lane dies and Superman's screaming to the heavens. That's one of my favourite scenes. Imagine not being allowed to joke anymore and being scared about what we're going to joke about. Jude the 4th, lol, people have gotten killed on live TV. This Oscar thing isn't that serious. Villager, the legend CJ, what does being Latino have to do with being offended? Plenty of Latinos get offended over stuff. Here we go. It's twisting the narrative again. The legend CJ. Oh, where are we? Dr. Zashizaka. I agree. This system is designed to feed capitalism. It's not working. Dr. Zashizaka. Also, 90s was the best era ever. I love the 80s, the 70s, the late 70s, because I got my Superman and my Star Wars. 80s was amazing, and 90s, and even the early 90s were okay. Villager, I'm not just saying him. I love Sunday's Oscars. I'm so happy the entertainment industry was exposed for the hypocrites that they are. It's great. I'll celebrate their art, their films, their TV shows and animation. I won't celebrate them as people or defend them. Jude the 4th, I'm more of a Star Trek fan. Oh, well, that's a conversation in itself. Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard. Haven't they destroyed Star Trek as well, haven't they? Dr. Zashizaka, Star Trek is any day better. Sonic Fan 22, agree, Dr. Zashizaka. Yes, from 2010 to 2014, I think we were still all right from the nut jobs. And we were still getting entertaining content. Villager, okay, it's been a while. Is the Batman still a masterpiece for you all? Yes, it's a very good film, yes. Not the best film ever, maybe not the best Batman film ever for me, but definitely still a masterpiece. Well, masterpiece, everyone uses that word. Is it a masterpiece? Should we save that for things like The Godfather and Scarface? Are modern day movies masterpieces? I don't know. Android 108XX, which do you prefer most? McDonald's, Burger King, or KFC? Burger King. Burger King for sure. Dr. Zashizaki, yes, I love the slow burn pace of this masterpiece. Jude the 4th, well, Star Trek has always been diverse, mate, since its original series in 1960s. You know, with George Takei and Nicholas Nichols. Yeah, you mean when they actually did proper good diversity, but was still entertaining and developed characters? Yeah, I do remember that, yeah. John, did you ever watch the He-Man and Thundercats cartoons? Yes, Thundercats wasn't really my thing, but the Masters of the Universe cartoon, wow. Villager, Mick, do you like street tacos? Don't know, never heard of them. I know what tacos are, but tacos? Tacos! Villager, oh my F. Do you know what? I've just realised that America has destroyed the English language. Tomatoes, pants. Pants ain't trousers. Pants ain't trousers. Pants is what's under the trousers. As a kid, I always used to get confused. Why do they keep on talking about their pants? Jude the 4th, lol, you must have been fuming when they made 007 a woman in No Time to Die, mate. No, I didn't care because it was pointless. Didn't bother me because she wasn't James Bond, was she? She was just 007. They were being childish and juvenile, just trying to prove a point. That's what the extreme left do. They're not interested in the real issues of the world. I know. Let's bring a woman of color as 007. That will change the world. That will feed the homeless. And house the homeless. Yeah, that will save the world, won't it? John, what are your thoughts on the movie Hook? Brilliant. Villager, to me, it's weird to call a bathroom a loo. Yeah, well, Americans are weird, aren't they? Bathroom. It ain't. You get cleaned in a bathroom. We go in a bog, right? That's it. It's a bog. I'm just going to sit on the bog. All right, darling. No, not the Americans. They have to garnish everything. I'm going into the bathroom to powder my nose. No, you're not going to powder your nose. You're going for a dump. All right. Beautiful. Robin Williams is a good actor, better than Jim Carrey. Dead Poet Society is a classic. Jim Carrey is a legend. Robin Williams is a bigger legend. Villager low. Tomatoes. Freeway. It ain't a freeway. It's a motorway. Villager, RIP Robin Williams. Yeah, what a sad way to go. I follow his daughter on Twitter. I'm surprised with the shit I'm saying. I haven't been taken off the air yet. It's actually funny, because it's like people are acting like Chris Tucker. People are saying people who side with Chris Tucker are racist, right? But Chris Tucker is a gentleman of colour as well. And I think people are forgetting that. Scott Edwards, did you think Despero was a good villain? I liked him, yeah. Villager, why would you be? Villager, I just want this year to be a good year for DC. I don't know. I don't think so. Beautiful. No one has said, mate, come on. Oh, they have. They have. It's basically Team Will Smith or else. You know what? I was bullied at school and I didn't like what Smith was doing. I still like him, but not only was it the slap, but the aggressive swearing afterwards. Too much. Too much. He wanted to show her that he was defending her. Ronnie Dodge. Hey, mate. Good evening, Ronnie. You've missed me going off on one tonight. Scott Edwards. Reverse Flash is the best Arrowverse villain. From year one, yes. From season one. But I think I prefer the blonde guy rather than using Wells all the time. John, one of my favourite Robin Williams movies is Jumanji, yeah. What's my favourite one? I'm trying to think. Good Morning Vietnam is beautiful. Dead Poet Society. He's done so much. 1 hour photo. I don't know, in middle school, it hit his arse. If you swear, right, or you name call, they hold your message for review, which means I have to delete it. Ronnie George, I love Mrs. Doubtfire. They was going to make a 7-1 before he died. Do you know what? I'm glad they didn't make a second one. They would have fucked it up. Scott Edwards, did you like the Flash and Black Lightning's interaction in Armageddon? I did. Jude the Fourth, I thought you would have liked that. Will showing his manly side. Or is that too woke for you? Maybe if it was in a film, lol. Again, your propaganda's not going to work, Jude the Fourth. No, because I don't like aggression. I've just told you. I don't like bullies. I don't like people beating each other up, right? But I like alpha males because I'm an alpha male, right? And it's okay to be an alpha male instead of a beta male. But I don't agree with someone slapping another person over a low-core joke. I won again. Why? Why what? Ronnie George, who upset you, mate? Oh, no one's upset me. Just people, as usual, from the extreme left trying to twist the narrative. Ronnie George, why did you go off on one, mate? Because people think Will Smith was justified to slap another human being. John, what is the 1 hour photo movie? He plays like a photo developer and a chemist, I think, if I remember rightly. And I think he goes a bit car. Villager. Believe you, compared to the rest of my family, I'm progressive. Ronnie George, I'm sorry, but if someone slapped me, I would punch back. I guess it's a bit a Brit thing. If he came up to me, I would have nutted him, yeah. If he came, Chris Rock is a nice, gentle guy. That's why he didn't do anything. No, you know what I would have done? I wouldn't have speak Greek, no. Ramoshistis. Anyway, right. Where was I? Yeah. You know what I would have done, Ronnie? I would have shagged his wife as revenge. Let's face it, she's up for it. Scott Edwards. So is Superman and Lois in the Arrowverse, but not really. Kind of. I mean, they're part of that franchise, but they're not shared. It's self-contained. My girlfriend dumped me, cheated on me, so I slept with her sister. She didn't like it. Villager, Jada is gorgeous. She's not gorgeous, but I would still sleep with her to get. If anyone slaps me, I'm sleeping with their women. I don't think she's gorgeous. Actually, she's not my type at all. And actually, I think Will could do a lot better than her. Ronnie Judge, actually, I would have walked off and said, "You're rewarding people who assault people." Villager, don't lie, Mick. I'm not lying. She's not gorgeous. Jude the Fourth, is that telly in the background the one you used to watch popcorn kid movies, mate? You really are a typical SJW, aren't you, Jude the Fourth? Because men my age shouldn't be watching cartoons. We shouldn't be watching Star Wars. We shouldn't be watching superhero movies because the extreme left set all the rules and they dictate and they've got to tell us what to do. Yes, I watch whatever the fuck I want on that TV. Yeah. And the extreme left will never govern what I do. The extreme left belong in Arkham Asylum. If it was real, they should all be locked up there. Android and 118 XX. If you were in the Batcave, what would you take? Don't know. My TV, my PS4, my Xbox One. Yeah, the extreme left think that Star Wars can be crap with Disney because it's supposed to be for kids. That's their justification. So funny, their propaganda. They live on propaganda and fiction. Not one extreme left take is actually a good one. John, I forgot Jada was in Gotham series. I know. I wonder how she got that job. Ronnie Dodge. So the United job is down to Poch and Teng Hang. Apparently, the players find out on Thursday. Take with a pinch of salt. I don't think it's between them two. Villager propaganda merchants, absolutely. When we used to talk about politics years ago, we used to talk about the issues that were affecting people, starvation, hunger, things like that. Now it's about offensive jokes. That's not going to feed the hungry, is it? But of course, the extreme left don't care about the hungry. Do you remember the extreme left were having a go at everyone for not taking their vaccines and not wearing their masks? That's who the extreme left are. Because they're so perfect and the whole world is so bad. Android 108XX. I meant what you take from the Batcave. Ah, the Batmobile. Jude the Fourth, who's your teammate? Please don't say Man United. Man United. Ooh, ah, Eric Cantona. Ooh, ah, Eric Cantona. Ooh, ah, Eric Cantona. Ronnie George, I'm going to say nuts when I say this. I know we moan about Russia propaganda, but ours is just as bad. Ours is worse. Ours is worse. Villager, I don't know why people care about calling things childish. Just let us escape with whatever we want. I love watching Disney movies from my childhood sometimes. Yes, we can watch anything we want. But unfortunately, Villager, there's certain people from a certain side that think they can dictate to us, that can make excuses for rubbish movies and say, well, they're just meant for kids anyway. Yes, we can watch and enjoy whatever we want. I watch porn and I love it. And I don't care that I'm objectifying women, right? They make a lot of money out of it. They love it. I actually know a few porn stars, so don't worry about it. We're having a good time. They're making money. Don't worry about it. Android 108XX, what do you think of Greta Thunberg? Well, she's done very well for herself, hasn't she? Talking about the environment. I mean, what she's saying is true, isn't it? We need to take care of our planet. So, yes, I have no issue with Greta. I obviously don't know her personally, but with her condition and everything as well, she's done very well for herself. Her parents have, helped her, obviously, and pushed her. Yeah, I have no issue with the young woman. Ronnie Dodge, Baha, Mick, TMI, Jude the Fourth. That's not surprising, mate. You gotta love the extreme left, haven't you? You really do. I love the way they look at things and the way they talk. It's like they think everyone's got to be perfect. No one can say the wrong thing, but who's to say what's the wrong thing and right thing anyway? They think they set the rules. Shall I tell you what the extreme left are? Authoritarian. Villager, I don't watch porn since I'm hot. Good luck to you all, though. Oh, and I love seeing beautiful women on Instagram in bikinis. Love it. I love the objectification. Ronnie George, have you seen the Tottenham All or Nothing on Prime Video? Hope United gets something like that. Honestly, I don't know. I think it'd be bad, wouldn't it? That would really expose us. It would never happen. They'll never let it happen. But it's not really objectification. It's just straight men fancying women, attractive women, really. It's natural. Jude the Fourth. Jude the Fourth. I have a bird, so I don't need it personally, but to each their own. Well, I've got a bird as well, but I still watch porn. Villager, have you watched The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas? Such a good film. What a film. I mean, it's a shame it's the same old Hollywood kind of subject matter. Rolo, the extreme left is so annoying. Well, they're nut jobs. They're nut jobs. They distract the world from the important issues. Android 118XX, do you plan to have kids? No, it's a bit late for me to have kids. I'm nearly 50 years old. Jude the Fourth, have you seen 12 Years a Slave? I have. Yes. Oh, they love that. They love all that, don't they, Hollywood? What's amazing to me is that, I mean, we know who the most represented minority is in the entertainment industry and in all industries. And it's funny how it's worked out, isn't it? And they still act like they don't get any representation. Villager, not any less than people who keep complaining about wokeness, to be honest. Well, if they shut up their propaganda, then people wouldn't be complaining about wokeness. See how it works out? the extreme left's takes trigger people, then they call them woke, and this is how it works. Right, 5 more minutes, I think. Android 108W. You still can 1 or 2. Robin, would you say that you're in the middle when it comes to politics? Well, I don't really believe in the system. I'm a bit like Russell Brand, but yes, I would say I'm more in the middle, yes. Because I don't hate groups of people, and I don't stereotype groups of people, right? It's the worst thing ever. All this poetic talk. Oh, I do like poetry. Villager, I like Russell Brand. Yeah, he speaks a lot of sense. Ronnie George, can I just say I like Ezra, but what is it with him and the Rosas? Well, Hollywood nut jobs, my friend. They're all nuts. Jude the Fourth, 12 Years a Slave, a classic. I want to see a movie about what the Imperials did to Native Americans. What the Americans in America today did, stole a country and battered and brutally pillaged innocent people and stole their land. I want to see that. Villager, Gone with the Wind is a classic. Yes, it is. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Oh, yes. Jude the Fourth, you know there are movies about that. Not many. Oh, and let's talk about the old westerns that make Native Americans the villains and the white Americans the good guys. Yeah? Let's talk about Hollywood, yeah? They don't talk about that, do they? All they're interested in talking about is Harvey Weinstein. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you better believe it. There's one great movie about it, Dances with Wolves. Ronnie John, what British did to the Native Americans was disgusting, but we have to decency to go at Russia when we do so much worse. I know. The hypocrisy isn't lost on me. Literally, the Imperials did exactly what Putin did. They come to America and they invaded it and made it their own and pretended they've got history and stuff. And my word. All those old westerns. Imagine making Native Americans the villains. Beautiful. I don't like those types of films either, but the old American West had all types of people, Irish, Chinese, and runaway slaves and more. Right. Let's make this clear. I'm referring to the British Imperials stealing America from the Native Americans. It was their country. Let's not twist the narrative again. And, right, then they made films. And they put the Native Americans as villains, while the white Americans, the cowboys, were the good guys. Now, we know that's not true, don't we now? Villager, British are colonizers, yet. Jude the Fourth, everybody knows that. Everybody knows what I've just said. I'm speaking the facts, not twisting no narrative. Oh, there's a couple of Irish people. Let's twist the narrative. No, we know exactly what happened. It's history. It's there. They stole the people's country, murdered them, raped their women, then made movies about them being villains. Villager, okay. But let's worry about offensive jokes, right? Android 180XX. Have you watched the ITV show, the Musketeers series that lasted for 2 seasons? What are your thoughts on it being cancelled? It had potential. I think that was a BBC show. I never watched it. Ronnie Dodge, Villager, as a British person, totally agree. America and Australia all have a history with England. Yeah, look what they did to the Aborigines, stealing their home. Oh, whoops. Maybe if the Imperials cracked some offensive jokes, some people would care. Beautiful. You do know that it is possible to worry about multiple things at the same time. It's not exactly a Sherlock mystery. You mean Offensive jokes are an important issue, are they? Are they an important issue? Yeah. In the scheme of things, right? You'd rather see young children going hungry because offensive jokes are much more serious, yeah? Sonic Fan 22, would you be a Marvel character or a DC character? DC character. Ronnie Judge, currently watching the final ever episode of Harvey City. Sad times. Ronnie, that show should never have been cancelled. It's watched by more people than EastEnders. They cancelled it because of geographical representation. That's what people you're dealing with. Villager, but Europeans like to add superior to Americans to call us racist. Villager, Mick is creating strawman arguments again. Oh, strawman, yeah. When it doesn't suit us. We got our little names. Now we're talking about strawmen, are we? Because offensive jokes are so much more important, aren't they? Being offended by jokes is a much more important issue, isn't it, than starving children? People starving to death, people freezing, dying of pneumonia. But let's get offended about jokes, yeah? Much more important. Wow, what a generation. Sonic Fan 22, and which DC character? Well, I could never be Superman because look at me. It'd have to be Lex Luthor. Ronnie George, I could have said something worse to Will's wife, like, is she planning to play Uncle Fester in Adam's Family reboot? Jude the Fourth, you can do both at the same time. I'd rather save my energy to save people's lives than make an issue about jokes that are jokes. This is this generation. They don't get it. Villager, yeah, that's the straw man. No one says offensive jokes are more important than slavery and death. Literally no one. Oh, and he has to add slavery in, doesn't he? Yeah. Of course. Of course. Of course, you've made up the word straw man now to try and win. I've beaten you umpteen times. You and Jude the Fourth. You can't beat me. Because I've got facts on my side. And you've got propaganda. That's what you people are. Propaganda. Fake. Fake narratives about unimportant things. People that get offended because men hold the door open for women. Right? That's offensive, yeah? Jude the Fourth, where do you get your news from, please? It's the Daily Mail, then laughing out loud. No, I don't believe in news. I don't actually read the media and believe what they say. Where do you get your news from? The Extreme Left Times? Doesn't work. You're working off a fake narrative. Nothing you say is real. Right, guys, I'm going to give you to 2 hours and then I'm going. Jude the Fourth, not mainstream outlets. No, the extreme left can't be mainstream. It must, or should we call it the insane times? Rolo, the truth is that everyone on this planet has done terrible things. The only thing we can do is learn from history. But the extreme left believe that toxic masculinity should never be forgiven. But they should be forgiven for anything they do wrong because apparently someone put them in charge. Villager, I'm not trying to win best. These straw man arguments are documented fallacies that are common in debates. No, the straw man thing is another thing created by the extreme left to win an argument they can't win. In other words, what I'm saying is unimportant, and what you're saying, your concerns are more important. You see, I can see through your propaganda. Sonic Fan 22, I thought you would want to be Superman because of the thumbnail. I love Superman. Superman's my character. But I could never play Superman, but I could play Lex Luthor, so that's why. Beautiful. What person from the extreme left hurt you? Lol, maybe you should join Will and Ezra for counselling. Oh, right. Because you're losing the argument because I'm more intelligent than you. You're now going to say I need counselling. But you don't need counselling who believes a man has a right to slap another man over a joke. I wonder which one of us really needs counselling. You lost a long time ago, but carry on, and I'll give you more beatings. Ronnie George, Mick, you could play Penguin. Oh, no, thanks. Oh, the Gangster Penguin, that'd be cool. Android 108 XX. Remember seeing a video from this morning where this woman gets offended when she gets called darling, dear, and needed to hold a debate about it, you see? This is what I'm talking about. But don't worry, Jude the Fourth will agree on with that woman. And Villager. Villager, I still think he could play Dr. Savannah. No, thanks, I want to play Lex Luthor. You play Dr. Savannah. Jude the Fourth, yes, I will. Villager, no, I wouldn't. Honestly, right, these people would tread over a starving child to have a go at a straight white male because he looked at a woman when she walked away and he didn't even know she was looking. This is what these people are. Who gave these people a voice? Honestly, Villager, okay. This is what the internet has done. It's given these people a voice. These people have got a stranglehold on every industry. They've destroyed entertainment. I mean, have we seen Batwoman? That's what the extreme left are, Batwoman, right? Anyone actually entertained by Batwoman? Ronnie Judge, everyone is so bloody sensitive about jokes now. I say joke and it offends them. Oh, well, they'll get over it. Jude the Fourth, we've gone from straw men now. That's quite the gingerbread house argument. Wow, these extreme leftists really have their little terms, don't they? But Mick has his opinion and he has the right to it. But sometimes his claims are very dramatic, lol. I'm a very dramatic person. It's just funny. It's just funny what opinions like yours have done to our world. They've made it a sadder world. That a man holding a door open for a woman is a problem. That you have weaponized the straight male. The extreme left weaponize everything. They are not here to solve wounds. They're here to create new ones. Jude the Fourth, you like Passion of the Christ? Is that woke? A white man bloke playing Jesus? Oh, well, at the end of the day, I support whitewashing anyway, so I'm fine with it. Beat you again. Ronnie Dodge, my mum and my step was flirting in front of me. I just said I can't watch two old fogies. It's wrong. Villager, well, I was just saying that fallacies and psychological terms that are documented, like, is actually... Oh, stat padding. Stat padding is something else that they do. So they'll look at, they'll say, oh, well, more men hurt women than women hurt men. It's all stat padding, you see. But when you put to them that there are women who are involved in organized grooming, who run grooming rings, they don't want to talk about all the stuff women do. This is what they like. Villager, stat padding is when you take statistics and you pad them to win the argument. Oh, this is documented there. That's documented there. Who documented it? Another extreme leftist, yeah? Ah, too smart, aren't I? I can see through all the propaganda. I come on here to talk about entertainment. You did this, not me. Jude the Fourth, I have a scenario for you. Would you do if you saw a man hit a woman? Tell him to stop hitting the woman, obviously. Again, your propaganda. What would you do if you saw a woman hitting a man? Oh, doesn't that matter? Villager, that makes sense. Ronnie Dodge, need Ricky doing the Oscars next year. Then we will get offensive jokes like take your award and piss off. Android 180 XX, custard or gravy? Both. Roll. Do you think all this extreme left stuff is just young people phase? It's a generation. It's the generation, and they're actually getting the propaganda at schools now. If I did have kids, they wouldn't be going to schools to be brainwashed by these nut jobs. Village, no, like psychologists with degrees in years of study came up with the terms, man. The term is over 30 years old, low. Ha, 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 ha. More propaganda. June the 4th, I would break the fight up. Hitting is wrong. It is. It's funny how he asked me what I would do if a man was hitting a woman. Like I'm supposed to approve of that or something. It's so funny, their mentality. Ronnie George, that annoys me. It's okay for a woman to rape or hit a man and think it's okay. No, it's not. Just because you're a woman works both ways. Women can do whatever they want. If they cheat on a man, it's because a man wasn't giving them enough attention. These propaganda merchants, mate, have got it all there. Bat Super, there was an extreme leftist on Twitter who said that the entire Snyder fandom is fascist, racist, and homophobic. I argued against him, and he called me a right-wing nutjob. Yeah, this is what they do. They create lies. They create lies. That's all their opinions are, lies. Sonic Fan 22, how do you deal with trolls? I ignore them. Villager, science is propaganda to you now. Here we go. This is the classic extreme left. Believe science, right? Oh, yeah, and they hate religious people. I'm not religious, but I love how the extreme leftists hate religion. But science, something they haven't been educated in or understand. Believe science. June the 4th, that's the result of toxic masculinity, with men being told by other men to hold their feelings. That's the classic one, right? The classic, we're all told to man up. I cry in front of people. As you can see, I'm not afraid to show my feelings, right? That's a fallacy, right? That's not the result of toxic. What about toxic femininity, right? When young girls are bullying young boys at school. Yeah? Ronnie Dodge, I'm bisexual, so I don't have to keep no woman happy, lol. Android 108XX, what do you think of teachers that are now teaching kids about LBGT in primary? Well, I don't mind them educating children to the different aspects of life, as long as you're not brainwashing them with opinions. Roller, I've seen some fandom managed channels, and I don't think that they are as toxic as they are made out to be. I think you agree with them more than you think. Actually, I do look a lot when they start going on about Trump and supporting Trump. I can't go with them, but a lot of stuff they say about the industry is true. But Super, I tried to tell him that I'm left leaning, but he wouldn't have it. Yeah, it's typical, right? Sonic Fan 22, thoughts on channel, awesome. Villager trolls again, yeah. Just a spammer. And in a minute, it's going to come back with another account is set up, and then I'm just going to do the same thing. Jude the 4th, I pray for the seven heavens that the Flash erases the Snyderverse. Those fans could be really toxic basement dwellers. Well, Jude the 4th, they're no more basement dwellers than you are. If they're basement dwellers, so are you. The legend said, I don't think any parent would let a teacher brainwash their kid to learning stuff like that. There's a difference between learning and forcing it. Villagers, some of them are. As I say, if you're a nerd, you're a basement dweller as much as they are. Android 100, stupid is as stupid does, as Forrest Gump says. Android 108XX, can you do Darth Vader's breathing noise? No. No, I can't do it. Can you do, Villager, nothing wrong with kids learning about it? No, there's nothing wrong with children learning about the LGBTQ community, but there is something wrong if it's opinionated. You just say, right, these are gay people, these are trans people, they're part of our world, fine, no problem. Ronnie Dodge, I do agree a little bit that some, not all Snyder fans crap on everything that's not Snyder. Yeah, but you know what? There's bad and good in every community, isn't there? And they're a minority. Always remember the bad ones are a minority. Villager, they ruin everything for us. Bit like the extreme left. Rolo, I don't mind the Snyderverse, but if a new DC studio is made, and I only hope we get comic accurate castings and characterizations, I think moving forward, Rolo, I think I agree with you, because a central universe, and I love the Snyderverse, but a central universe, a mainstream universe, was no place for Zack Snyder. And this is where it all went wrong. Jude the Fourth, I'm not a nerd. I like some comic book characters and films, but for the most part, I like actual proper cinema. I like Goodfellas and The Shawshank Redemption. You know, we're all nerds. The Legend CJ, great movies, by the way. Whoops. Yeah, The Legend CJ, yeah, there's something wrong if they try to opinionate it. You go to school to learn about stuff that will help you out in your life, on not other stuff. Villager, Jurassic Park is the best movie of all time. You're entitled to that opinion. Of course you are. I don't agree with it, like I don't agree with most of your opinions, but yeah. Right, guys, I should have gone ages ago. I'm giving you another few minutes. Wow, I'm actually dizzy from being on the air for so long. Wow. I should never have spoken for this long. I feel like Will Smith on acid. You get my wife's name out of your mouth. I will. Right, that was a great moment. Villager, we learn useless stuff in school all the time, but you don't say crap about it. Suddenly, it's a problem with LGBTQ. Do you know what? I used to mention all the waste of time stuff I used to do. I used to hate it. I used to refuse to do homework. The Legend CJ, this is a great live stream, Mick. Thank you, The Legend CJ. Reno Jack, Mick, you are a man of the people. Thank you. Jude the Fourth, it's all the extreme left bashing, mate. It must be, yeah. The poor extreme left who just basically write Jack and Ori fictional stories all day. The problem is, because you're the extreme left, you can't see what you do. Do you realise how many male suicides the extreme left have caused from their hatred of straight white males? We know that men take their own lives more than women, right? You know why that is? Because the extreme left have targeted them. And if my nephews ever do that, I will be coming for that side. If you ever make my nephews feel bad with your propaganda. Andrew at 118XX, the education system is crap. It's another way to make this generation dumb, basically, and they are dumb, so it's working. Village, anyways, have a good day, Mick. Hopefully we can not fight next time. Where are we? Cannot fight next live stream and just escape and talk about movies. That would be good. The Legend CJ, Villagers, so no, never just said saying we can acknowledge that community and move on. If you want to get in that topic, there are bigger topics such as mental health, race issues, personal development, or even hunger and starvation. Do you know there was a celebrity once called Sir Bob Geldof? He did a concert and he fed the whole of the third world. He didn't virtue signal. He didn't target men. He literally did a concert and fed starving people. The greatest thing a celebrity has ever done. These lot today wouldn't even think about feeding starving people. Jude the Fourth, male suicide has always been higher than female suicide. That's not something new. Well, that's all right then. Let them carry on, eh? The extreme left have made it higher. Some Sonic Fan 2 falls on the angry video game nerd. Never heard of him. Villager. The Legend CJ. We can learn about all of those topics, and we do. There's no need to compare issues. Rolo, should we blame the internet for the rise of the extreme left? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's giving them a voice. And people actually, anyone who takes them seriously, boom. Jude the Fourth. But you were a good debater. You lost, obviously, but it was a valiant effort. The Flash defeats Superman. No, Superman defeats the Flash, mate. You've lost on umpteen occasions tonight. And you know it. The legend CJ, the Flash does not defeat Superman. What are you talking about? Exactly. It's another false narrative, isn't it? He's done it again. You can call me Joker. The Flash is I'm not going to say it. The Flash is a criminal. The Flash was in jail. Lol, the Flash can't even defeat Hawaii 5-0, apparently. Reno Jack, that was a good one. Reno Jack, lol. The Flash can't even defeat Hawaii 5-0, apparently, yeah. Alex, what's your favourite Zack Snyder film? Man of Steel. Villager, Ezra is hot. I'm done. Ronnie Jones, maybe all of us men should go Joker. Yeah, teach them. Oh, some of us can be the Riddler and some of us can be Joker, and we can send all the extreme left riddles with toxic traits on them. I was in bed with a woman and I felt her up. Oh my God, did you hear what he wrote me? He objectified a woman in the riddle. The legend CJ, what was the Flash doing in the Injustice universe? Oh, right, serving Superman. The internet has destroyed all of us. Roller, I think they just hate straight people. I think so. Jude the Fourth, low. At least the general public don't think the Flash is a lame, corny, overpowered tosser. Oh my God, listen. Oh wow, and what the public? You mean a bunch of propaganda merchants who talk nonsense about Superman? Oh, and you know what, Jude? You've literally just proven you're so basic. What you said is a typical basic thing that a basic person with zero intelligence would say. Let's read it out again. No, at least the general public don't think the Flash is a lame, corny, overpowered tosser like Superman. He could still destroy the Flash just like that, though. Because being overpowered is bad, isn't it? I love Superman, always will. I couldn't care what you and your little propaganda merchants mates say. It's irrelevant. You lost again. Superman's the greatest superhero. He's fucking amazing. And you know what's even best about him? He's a man. Android 108XX Villager, are you a female? Please don't get offended. Oh, look, typical Villager. Android 108XX. Why does that matter? Reno Jack, being the Joker wouldn't be too bad. 3 square meals a day at Arkham. Annual visit from Batman. Most importantly, no internet warriors. Yeah. Alex, if you had to get rid of one DCEU film, which one would it be? Birds of Prey, because it's toxic. Birds of Prey is so anti-men. It's unbelievable. I'm sure Villager and the other geezer love it, though, like Jude the Fourth. Oh, here we go. In a minute, hang on. Ronnie George, I'm not left, but as you know, Mick, Wonder Woman is my favourite character, equal to Superman. Yeah. Jude the Fourth, I think by the greats you mean boring, but okay, watch the Flash movie will make more than any Superman movie just watch. Yeah, that's even if they even release the Flash movie. They've delayed it by 7 months. Yeah, I don't care how much money it makes. I love Superman. I love his movies. I love Smallville. I love the character. And, you know, if you think a good person, basically you're saying a good person is boring. That says more about you than the character. Beat you again. Villager, Just Tick League. Villager, actually, I've never watched Birds of Prey. It looks boring. It hates men. Jude the Fourth. I did actually like Birds of Prey. Well, that doesn't really surprise me. The Legend CJ, without Superman, there would be no Flash. Superman is iconic. All the DC characters are iconic. Again, this is what these people do. They weaponize things. So now we're kind of insulting the Flash because of what they've said. This is what they do. They make you hateful like them. Jude the Fourth, the Flash is a good person and he isn't boring. Really? Really? Oh, the Flash. You mean the Flash who went back in time selfishly to save his own mum's life while leaving all of reality to plummet. You mean that Flash, right? Beat you again. Ronnie Dodge. If it does make more money than a Superman movie, it will be because of Michael Keaton's Batman. Yeah. Gotcha. Sonic Fan 22. Who was your childhood crush? Oh, loads. I had so many childhood crushes. On telly, I think Diana from V. You won't know her. Pac-Man, why is he fighting about two comic book superheroes? Because he keeps on losing every debate he tries on me. Reno Jack, lol, Batman with prep time would destroy the Flash. Villager, fanboys like to fight over superheroes. Fangirls like to fight over superheroes as well. Android 108XX, WB changed the Birds of Prey title to Harley. Do you think they should have just gave that name in the first place? No. Birds, is that the thing where you think if Harley's name was on it, right, people would have gone and watched it? 2 films in the cinema with Harley Quinn in them have flopped. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, that, by the way, title or not, everyone knew she was in, and James Gunn's Suicide Squad also flopped with her in it. Oh, look, he's come up with the propaganda. Jude the Fourth. Oh, you mean Superman who snapped General Zod's neck? Yeah, he's quite a gentleman. Unlike the Flash, though, he did it to save people's lives. Beat you again. Rolo, Barry Allen is the Flash, is a good man, but flawed. The Legend CJ, Wally West is a better Flash than Barry and much faster. Villager, to be honest, Harley's just boring. I like Wonder Woman, but other than that, there aren't any interesting female superheroes at the moment. Ronnie Dodge, I tell you a story. Once I got told off by a woman for holding the door for her. I was trying to be nice. Yeah, sounds like those nut jobs. Alex, rank your favourite characters from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Superman, what do we reckon? What else have we got? Superman, Batman. No, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, The Flash. I think that's it. The Legend CJ, critics love Birds of Prey. I stopped listening to them once they gave The Last Jedi a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Exactly. Reno Jack, lol, let's get the Flash to hold that a hot dog by that girl's face again. Yeah, do you remember the way he's feeling her face up, yeah? Villager, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was great. He was. Pac-Man, Harley will be good if the origin story is done more captivating. Yeah, that's what happens when you've got a feminist nut job who's going to make a feminist Barbie movie when you get her to play Harley. Right, everyone, I'm wrapping up now. Ronnie George, left ring Star Wars. Look at the sequel trilogy. Yes, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Disney have destroyed Star Wars, but I've only got 6 Star Wars movies. I'm only interested in 6 Star Wars movies. The rest don't exist. Jude the Fourth, lol. So that's why you hated Josh Whedon's Justice League, because the Flash beat him in a race in the end. I didn't think they actually completed the race. Beat you again. The Legends... Rollo, the woman who wrote The Birds of Prey, wrote the Flash movie. Exactly, yep. The Legend CJ, it's not the sequel trilogy, it's the woke trilogy. Red Panda, good night, Mick. You deserve good sleep after such a life. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Ronnie Dodge, Obi-Wan, I hope it's good. but not holding on to much, nor am I. Video, I want to see Joaquin Phoenix Joker and Lady Gaga's Harley making out on the big screen. I'd love that. Ronnie Jones, Reno Jack, Indiana Jones or Star Wars original trilogy. I think it's closer than some think. I love them both. Ronnie George, I saw the race in that movie was a joke, and also it was a bet between the two. Android 118 XX, Superman is the greatest superhero of all time. If you don't like his movies, it's for you to blame the movie makers and not the character. It's the fact that Superman inspired the superhero genre itself. Exactly. Jude the Fourth, call me once they make Man of Steel 2, which will never lull. I've got enough Superman movies in my collection to enjoy my hero. Got you again. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you tomorrow with the DCEU Daily and live tomorrow night if anyone comes back. Ronnie Dodge, can I just say the Flash has been delayed so many times that we're almost at the third Wonder Woman. I know, it's hilarious, isn't it? Right, finishing off the vote. My poll is Ezra Miller becoming a problem. 28 votes, yes, 43%, no, 57% that wins it, but just about. So I will see you tomorrow if I've got a voice left. Wow, that was fun. Thank you, everyone. Until I see you again. Goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. See you again soon. Daily reminder that DC is better than the MCU anytime. And if you're a 49-year-old male, it's always great to watch cartoons and superhero movies. Do it!